Look, as people get into cryptocurrency, they hear a lot of things about Bitcoin, they hear a lot of things about projects. And it makes sense to follow certain projects and certain influencers. Now the problem is that these new people hear a lot of influencers say that Bitcoin is old tech, that it's slow, that you can't even build on Bitcoin. They also say that it's too expensive to mine anymore, that it's slow, and that it consumes a lot of energy. But what a lot of people fail to understand, even the actual influencers that say these things, is that a lot of these things are false, but also a lot of these things are actually features that are actually beneficial to Bitcoin. Bitcoin being expensive to mine is actually a good thing. Now I know that sounds controversial, but in order to understand this, you need to understand Bitcoin, but you also need to understand how economics work, the fundamentals of economics, and the history of money. You know what? Grab your jacket, get ready, come with me, and let me explain. Okay, so I'm walking on the beach here, and you're probably thinking to yourself, Paul, why are we on the beach, and what does Bitcoin have to do with the beach? And the answer is quite simple. Seashells. See, seashells was actually used as a form of money thousands of years ago, and you may be thinking to yourself, Paul, okay, that's a long time ago, it doesn't make sense, that was primitive, but seashells was actually used as money for many years, thousands of years even. Now, what most people don't understand is that seashells were quite rare in the regions that were used as money. So it's not like, you could just pick up seashells off the beach. It took time, and it was extremely difficult. Now, once people started advancing in tech and finding seashells easier, and once people were coming outside and started trading with the tribes, people that could find seashells easily, this actually caused inflation. Does that remind you of anything? Yes, exactly. Fiat currency, what's going on right now? They're printing more money, inflation rises. Money became less valuable and things got more expensive. Now you have to understand that this actually worked for thousands of years even, but it stopped working once it was easier for them to obtain these seashells. Does that make sense? Now, another thing that was used as money were rocks many thousands of years ago, but not rocks like this, rocks like this. See, this was very hard to move and bring into the village. They would set this up, let's say, in the center of the village, and then these rocks would represent a portion of that. Kind of like the gold standard and how banknotes used to affiliate itself, used to represent gold. Talking about gold, let's go. So, let's talk about gold real quick here. Now, I mentioned before big rocks being used, big boulders being used as currency in the middle of a village, and I also said that smaller rocks can represent those rocks, those big boulders. Well, that's pretty much what happened with the gold standard. So these here are some solid gold coins. And gold coins were actually used in different civilizations, for example, Rome. But when Rome started getting greedy, they started putting less percent of gold in that coin. Now, this is a solid gold coin. But what they did was they would put other metal in there so there would be less gold in that coin. And over time, well, you know what happened to Rome. The same thing happened with the gold standard. We used to have a gold standard, and arguably it was one of the best time for money. The problem is that America got out of the gold standard and decided to print as much money as they want with no repercussion. That, of course, in turn caused inflation, just like Rome, just like the rocks, just like seashells. Now you have to understand, just like seashells were rare and they were hard to obtain, so is gold. And yes, while there's deposits of gold all around the world, it's extremely expensive and hard to mine. Just like seashells, just like rocks being carried in the middle of a village before they had the tech. This is actually a feature of gold because as gold price goes up, it gets more expensive to go mine. Otherwise, everybody would go mine gold, and guess what would happen? Inflation. Well, it's the same thing with Bitcoin. It's the same thing with Bitcoin mining. Do you see the resemblance here? Bitcoin being expensive to mine is actually a feature. You need money to be expensive. You need sound, hard money to be expensive. Otherwise, everyone would have Bitcoin too easily and the price wouldn't go up as much. Now let's talk about another feature of Bitcoin, decentralization. And you get a lot of projects out there saying they're decentralized, but they're not. Let me explain why. See, no one owns gold. No one is the owner of gold. Gold is owned by the people that have gold. I I'm an owner of gold. I hold my gold. Now, the more companies and projects, cryptocurrency projects, try to become faster, they actually sacrifice something for that. And that is security and decentralization. Look at Solana. It's extremely fast when it works. And look at Arbitrum. They had the airdrop, they decided to do something differently, pushed the button, and guess what? It changed the protocol, even though it was claiming to be decentralized. Look, bottom line, the faster you try to make a cryptocurrency, the more security and decentralization you sacrifice. Now, a lot of companies actually claim they're decentralized and try to hide the fact that they're not decentralized. Let's take, for example, XRP. And I'm not picking on XRP here. I think they're going to do quite well in the coming bull market, and they do have amazing tech. But unfortunately, despite their claims, you can't be decentralized and be a banker's coin. Let me explain why. Not too long ago, there was a truckers incident in Canada, and people were sending Bitcoin to the truckers. Well, Canada wanted to ban the sending of Bitcoin. They wanted to stop companies sending Bitcoin, and they actually reached out to a wallet that was being used at the time and told them to stop the transactions, to freeze their assets, to freeze their Bitcoin. The company, Samurai Wallet or Nunchaku, I can't remember which one of the two, pretty much answered that this is impossible and they don't understand how Bitcoin works. See, nobody can stop the sending and receiving of Bitcoin, which is optionally anonymous. Yes, they can see the transactions online, but there's no way to stop it, and there's no way to know for sure who is the receptant unless you want it known that it's you. Or if they watch you, of course, and they find out and they put two and two together. The same thing happened in Russia when it was sanctioned and people were sending and still sending Bitcoin for support. And when I say sending Bitcoin to Russia for support, I mean the people of Russia. There's no way to stop this. Now imagine if somebody wanted to do the same thing with XRP or another cryptocurrency. Do you really think that would fly? Don't you think the government will knock on Ripple's door and stop the transaction or tell them to stop transactions? And that goes for other cryptocurrencies as well. As long as there's a board of directors, as long as there's a person that they know, they can stop it because they have admin keys, they have control. And don't tell me about XRPL, they can control XRPL. Now, a lot of people wrongfully assume that Bitcoin is being controlled by China because there's a lot of Chinese miners in China. And what they fail to understand is, first of all, no, that was banned and they moved. They went to other countries like US, Texas basically. But also, it doesn't have anything to do with the miners. The miners just confirm transactions. It has to do with the nodes. 16,000 nodes all around the world. Anybody can become a Bitcoin node. And when I say 16,000, I mean 16,000 that we know of. There's also hidden nodes. Anyway, I don't want to talk about the tech of Bitcoin and how it works in this video. If that's something you want to watch, comment down below and I'll get that video done for you. But let's address that Bitcoin is too slow to be used as money, as sound, hard money. And it is true, if you're going to buy coffee with your Bitcoin, they don't have SegWit, they don't have Lightning Network, then that would be a problem. And there are many businesses around the world that are adopting Lightning Network. Now, Lightning Network is a layer 2, but you have to understand its play here. Remember how I explained to you earlier on that big rock they would put in the middle of the village and each rock, small rock, would be a representation of that big rock? Well, that's kind of like the gold standard, the best money we've had so far. They would hold the gold in banks and then each banknote would represent a portion of that gold. Well, the Lightning Network is the same solution but for Bitcoin. It's a medium of transaction and makes it possible, makes it faster. Does that make sense? And it's still early, it's gonna advance. Tech advances. Look, to better illustrate, watch this clip, the short clip of me debating Rise TVX on Around the Blockchain. It's a heated debate, it won't take long, watch it, and then comment down below what you think in the comment section. I would really like to know your opinion.
Well, and just like the ordinals, we had color coins and Counterparty. This is not new technology.
It's the third,
Everybody acts
not
like this is something brand new.
Bitcoin.
It's like people just, you're late to the game, people. What did the father tomato say to the baby tomato? He said, catch up.
Yes. And I even heard a rumor, I heard Bitcoin even went down a couple times. All right, well, Crypto Factor, let's get back to L2s. When it comes to mainstream name recognition, Bitcoin obviously bigger than Ethereum. Many people know Bitcoin more than Ethereum. But when it comes to L2 adoption in the crypto community, Ethereum L2s take all of the pizzazz, suck all the oxygen out of the room. Do you ever see a day where Bitcoin L2s are a bigger narrative than Ethereum L2s?
Yeah, okay, well, first of all, before Rise TVX hard forks Bitcoin again, I just wanted to say a couple of things. I think that people need to realize that Bitcoin should be left alone. What do I mean? It's sound, it's hard money. That's its use case. All these NFTs, all these layer twos, and so on. They don't need to be built on Bitcoin. Bitcoin's a different thing. It reminds me a lot of people that come in the comments and say, "Oh, it's old tech," because they hear somebody saying it's old tech. No, it's not old tech. It's the tech you need for it to work. Bitcoin is Bitcoin. Let's leave it at that. And then when it comes to innovation and building and so on, you can do that on Ethereum, you can do that on Matic, you can do that on different, or Polygon or other networks. Now, as for the layer twos working on other cryptocurrencies, I think that's what you said. No, I think they will always be in front of Bitcoin. I think there will always be more development because obviously there's more profit to be made. That's the other counterpart to Rice TV's argument there. And obviously more people are going to be building on there. And that is fine. That works. That's how things work. And I don't see why that should be changed. And I don't see why people can't just see Bitcoin being Bitcoin as sound hard money.
Rice, rebuttal.
Why can't we improve sound hard money, the code to grow with the actual people that are coming on? There's the
With ordinals?
scalability.
With NFTs? Why
No,
don't we
I don't
improve
agree
the
with the
dollar?
ordinals thing. That's why I mentioned counterparty and color coins. But Bitcoin itself
I,
can
I
be
think it's
improved it can be improved and still be hard money. It can be improved to the point that we don't need the Lightning Network, and it can still be hard sound money. It can still be improved
so
on
Bitcoin
chain.
Cash. So why
No,
improve it? Why
no,
not just go to another
Bitcoin.
Bitcoin?
Bitcoin. And then
Well,
the
why not go
argument
to
with the
BSP?
2140 thing is there's going to be another technology that's going to come out way before then. It's going to make all this stuff obsolete.
So you have
All right.
Satoshi's vision, which is arguably the closest thing to the Bitcoin white paper. Why not just move to that then?
Hmm.
So what do you think? Do you think Bitcoin needs to change to be hard sound money, or is its genius lying in its simplicity for it to work? Comment down below. I would really like to know your opinion. Also, if you haven't bought Bitcoin yet, or if you want to buy Bitcoin or any other cryptocurrency, please check out Bybit. Bybit is a great exchange. You can buy, you can sell, you can go long, you can go short, you can even take leverage, even though I don't recommend that if you're new. I'll leave the link down below. And even if you're not new, even if you're using other exchanges, I do recommend to make an account on Bybit. You see what's going on with exchanges out there. Make sure you're ahead, that you're one step ahead or two steps ahead, and have an account ready in case you need to transfer money over there or Bitcoin over there or any other cryptocurrency and exchange it. You never know what happens to your exchange. You need backups. Seriously, make an account, make a deposit. If anything, you're helping out this channel and the Crypto Factor. Now, if you like this video, make sure you check out this video next, or if you've already seen that, then check out this video recommended to you specifically by YouTube. Don't forget to subscribe, and I'll see you in the next video.